Yo, I apologize, guys. Listen, I tried to log in, because you got to do this through Google Hangout, and Google was like, "Yo, you got to update your Chrome." So I updated Chrome, and then I had to start the computer over, and I had to restart the computer, and then Chrome wasn't working, so I had to restart it again, and man, right? Just stop making excuses, right? Stop making excuses. I apologize, guys. Uh, yeah, man. So anyway, start a little bit late, but we in here. Don't even trip. We're getting started right about now. First of all, I've been I'm a little tired. So what I gotta do, man, I gotta take some of this Rebellion pre-workout. Rebellion pre-workout. Best tasting pre-workout on the market. Poppin' cherry flavor. It only comes in one flavor. Poppin' cherry. You don't like poppin' cherry, then you're just not my kind of guy or girl, for that matter. Yeah, Rebellion pre-workout. My company. I'm part owner of it. I don't run the day-to-day shit. Bro Laboratories. Fuck with us. We got more products coming out. Poppin' cherry though. This shit goes hard than a motherfucking man. Shout out to everybody who came through at the expo. Let me know if y'all can hear me good, right? I got the AC on blast because it's hotter than a motherfucker here in New York. Damn, that shit's good. I love popping cherry. All right, I got emailed some questions. So let me start with some of these. One of the emails, yo. I really want to, yo. Who's this guy's name? I really want to get tone for my entire body, especially arms and legs. Whatever suggestions would be appreciated from Trina. That Trina from Miami. Listen, if I was you, Trina, she said she's only 119. She's petite, I like that. There's a market for that. Look here, Trina. If I was you, I would just use my book Ultimate Mass. Like women can do that workout too. That follow that protocol as well. Like you can train like a man and not look manly because you don't have the same hormones as men. Like your hormonal profile is just different. So when you see a man a woman that looks manly, you gotta understand that's by design. Like she went out of her way to do that. It's very difficult. She didn't accidentally get manly. Like that was her goal. Am I sponsored by Rebellion? Somebody just asked. No, I sponsored them. They didn't sponsor me. I sponsored them. I put up the money for the company. I helped develop the product. I was involved in this whole conception. I was like, yo, we ain't gonna have no proprietary blends. I need 6 grams at least of citrulline malate, 3 grams of creatine, 3 grams of beta alanine, 1.5 grams of betaine, and 300 milligrams caffeine, plus a little bit of black pepper extract because that helps absorption. So fuck with it, man. For Rebellion goes hard. How do I get rid of belly fat fast? You know what it is, man. Like you got to be you can't get rid of fat in one spot. You can't spot reduce fat. So you can't just say, hey, I just want to get rid of belly fat. You got to lose fat everywhere. You got to get done cumulatively. In order to do that, you have to be in a caloric deficit. So the way you lose fat anywhere is the way you lose fat everywhere. And belly is going to be the last part because it's going to seem like it's the hardest part to get rid of because men have more fat cells in the abdominal region. Blender bottle whisk are for girls. I don't know. Do you mean that little ball that goes in here? No, I don't use that little ball. Someone just asked, are you going to release a pre-workout next? This is a pre-workout, bro. Go to brolaboratories.com, man. Did you copyright your website? I don't even know what that means. Does building muscle improve facial aesthetics? Because for years ago, you were ugly, and now you look good. You know, man, like shit, man. I think it was the opposite. I think I looked better back in the day when I was a professional model. Like when I made money as a model. Like I can dig up fucking magazines from '08. You know, I was on fucking billboards and shit in '07. That's probably when I was that's back when I was young and beautiful, baby. But as far as working out, does it help improve facial aesthetics? Well, yeah, your face is gonna look more thin instead of bloated. You know, you get that look. You know. Can you get Rebellion in the UK? We're gonna have worldwide shipping, international shipping next month or so. You should blame Brian for that. Like any like real problems that you see, they're all Brian's fault. Almost all of them. Does shaving your head increase testosterone? No. Listen, sometimes I can't tell if y'all trolling or if you like these are real questions, so I'm just gonna answer them all. You know, yeah, the answer is no. Do I train legs? Yeah, man. Some of you guys must be new here. Last year I did a challenge squat every day for like the last 90 days of the year. We did squats 90 days consecutively. Some days were light, some days were heavy. So like I train legs every time I'm in the gym. These guys are being fucking assholes. That's what that is. All right, I'll show you. You want to see a picture of me with some shorts on? You're like, why you always wear pants? Why you always wear pants? Because here's the thing, I do a lot of handstands and shit in my pictures and ab workouts. If I wear shorts, then you will see my genitalia. And this is just not that kind of fucking channel, man. This is just not. That's not what we're doing over here, man. This is not, you know. Wait till when I start my Pornhub page, we might change that. Hold up, I'm gonna show you something, so y'all can get off my dick right quick. Soon I can find it. Maybe I won't show you something. I'm having like technology issues today, guys. I was trying to use the Periscope shit. You know, I was trying to fuck with that app. And it wasn't working. I'm gonna show you a picture of me some shorts on, man. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. Just so you can see, man. Just so you can see. Here you go, bruh. Here's a picture of me with some shorts. See them big, beautiful legs? Get off my nuts. Yo, what's my, he said he's just kidding. See, I can't tell. What's your body fat percentage? I don't know. I don't keep track of that because it's kind of hard to do it accurately. When I was a trainer, it was like the class. I was a trainer in Bally's, like when I was younger, and this was this hot chick, and like all of us did our body fat, me and all the male trainers, and we all got different results. I mean, it was way off, but it wasn't accurate. So it's so inaccurate that I was like, oh, fuck this shit, you know, like. So I just kind of go by the way my abdominal look. If my abs are looking cut, then I'm good. If they're not, cool. Twig legs, bruh. I know you're not fucking talking to me, man. I post some shit. I mean, look at my Instagram right now. There's pictures of me in shorts. Like, yeah, you sound crazy as fuck right now. How did you meet Owen? This is guy James, who's a friend who I met at Tai Lopez. At Tai, when I was hanging out with Tai Lopez, and this dude named James. He said, "Hey, you should meet this guy Owen." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I know him." And he knew me too, so like then we just linked up. You know? What's the best way to reduce body fat? Reduce the amount of calories then you consume. Doesn't size. No, yeah, the best way. It's not the best way to reduce body fat. It's the only way to reduce body fat. Burn more calories than you consume. Am I releasing a post-workout next? I can't tell you what the next product is. We already got the whole line like planned out. We're just strategically releasing them individually so we can make a big deal out of each one of them, really, to tell you the truth. So each one could be a fucking event. Is 14 years old too early to start working out? Nah, man. Start working out immediately. It doesn't stunt your growth. That's It's just a myth. It's a misnomer. It's an old wives' tale. You know, don't worry about it. It's not a legitimate concern. There's like in all of human history, there's no studies or evidence to corroborate that. Why don't you do regular vlogs? Hire someone to film more professional. Because I don't have to, man. It's not my profession. This is just for fun, man. I just do this shit for fun. I'm just having fun, man. I'm just having fun. I like talking to you guys. I like helping you guys. That's why I like people like be more professional. This is not my fucking profession. I'm just a fucking guy who's, you know, throwing videos up on YouTube. For real, for real. So now I don't need to be more professional. People say, hey, stop cursing, or, you know, watch your language. Here's the thing about watching your language. That one really, like, it's mind-boggling to me, because no one can. It's just preference, right? There's no such thing as a bad word. Words are merely collections of sounds, organized sounds, right? They only have the meaning that we give them, so it's all about context. You understand what I'm saying? It's all about context. So there's never been, I can't find any evidence, or I've never seen a study that even alludes to profanity or a bad word being detrimental to anyone. You know, like it's nonsense, bullshit. It's just like you may prefer me to not to swear, and that's cool. That's your preference, and you're entitled to that. But to say that it's bad or good or bad, it's subjective. You know, like I don't mind it. It's fine to me. So I'm using it. I'm not gonna let other people dictate how I speak. You know, I speak however the fuck I want. And if people don't like it, there's a lot of other pages. You know, you can look. That's the beauty of YouTube, man. It's like if what I say doesn't resonate with someone, then they can then they can find, then they can like go to, you know, Mike Chang or Athlete X. Those guys don't curse. I don't think. You know, they're clean cut. You know, clean cut guys. You know, if that resonates with you, then by all means go. You know. That's this channel is more appropriate for you. But for me, I just don't give a fuck, man. Yo, another thing, someone said, he said, oh, like there's no studies to show that, you know, a bad word can harm you. And then someone said, yo, there is a study. There's a study. He sent me a link to a study where I guess people swore at they would use profanity at a bunch of roses as they were growing. Like, it would just curse at them, ah, you fucking dumbass rose. And then another group of roses, like, they would like say kind words to, and I think another one they left alone. And according to this study, you know, I don't know how, this is just a random, really this is a blog post, it could have been a lie, but let's just say, let's take it at its word and say it was a peer-reviewed scientific study, and this is empirical evidence. The roses that were cursed at grew more thorns, right? They grew more thorns. And so the person who posted that was wanting me to see it, and he presented that to me as evidence that swearing or profanity is bad for you. But here's the thing: you think roses, but a rose growing thorns is actually good. Roses grow thorns as a defense mechanism, you know, so they can protect themselves in the wild. A rose with more thorns is actually more equipped and tougher and stronger and more likely to survive in the wild than a rose without thorns. It's actually literally tougher, stronger. So maybe you guys need to get some more fucking thorns, become tougher and stronger, right? You can't take strong language. How you gonna get strong muscles? That's just fucking science, man. That's just fucking science. When will Rebellion be sold internationally? As soon as Brian gets off his ass. It's all Brian's fault. I saw you in a fetish video. Someone writes. You know, hey man, maybe, man. There's a lot of footage of me out there, man. You might. You know, some chick can make some money off some old fucking footage she got, you know. Someone said, what kind of stupid study this is? Yeah, I don't know if it was real or not. He linked me to a blog post at some hippie website. It might have been all bullshit, you know. Somebody says, when I get weighed, when I eat whey protein, I get pimples. How do I? You're lactose intolerant. You don't handle dairy well. So what you might want to switch to a non-dairy based protein, or maybe try whey isolate. You know, that's usually uh, better for people who are lactose intolerant. You know, because it's just better. Working out at a younger age make you short? No, there's no evidence to support that. What's the best way to combat negative thinking? Here's the thing, man. Sometimes it's good to be negative. You know, like you want to believe, but like I hate when people are like just too positive. You know, because sometimes it borders on delusion. Like I got a friend, this is one of my business partners. His issue is like he's always just too fucking positive, man. Like he just thinks everything's just gonna go his way. And he's a white man in America, so that's probably been his experience up until this point. You know, this country was literally built for him to be successful. So that's probably just been his experience up until this point until he got into his own business and you realize it kind of, oh shit doesn't just go my way just because I wanted to, right? So we had to teach him to be more negative, right? What you do is we always try to give ourselves room for error. We always try to assume that things are gonna go bad and we plan accordingly. We plan for those things in advance, and if they don't go bad, great. If they do, we have a plan set to mitigate the damage, and that's really helped us out. Like, and initially, him being too positive, actually too optimistic, it actually like harmed us in a variety of ways. And we had to listen, man, you're really fucking up. You know, like you gotta protect the downside. So, but you might be talking about something different. I assume you're probably talking about just negative, being depressed, sad, thinking, I don't know. I mean, I think it happens to everyone. I get, I mean, like, yeah, man, I think it happens to everyone. What you want to do is just focus on your goal and just keep going. I mean, you're going to have setbacks, things are going to go wrong, things are not going to go your way all the time, but you want to have your goal and focus on your goal and just keep working on it, man. No matter what happens, just keep working on your goal. And, you know, how to get rid of my beard belly. And then another one is underneath it is how to get rid of face fat on my face. You can't get rid of fat in one spot, guys. Whoever told you that is they did you a disservice. Because in order to lose fat anywhere, you have to lose it everywhere. You can only lose it. You have to do it cumulatively. And to lose fat anywhere, you have to be in a caloric deficit. You know, so if you have a fat face or beard belly, then you just have to start burning more calories than you consume. Someone asked, am I Muslim? No, I am not part of any religion. I'm not part. I respect everyone's beliefs. I respect everyone's right to believe whatever they want. But no, I'm not. So I don't know. I used to say I'm an atheist, but I think I was just saying that because I'm like a contrarian and I like to make people upset sometimes. I really just don't know, and I kind of just don't even care. You know, it's like it's clear to me that, you know, if there's a God or not, we seem to be human beings. Seems like human beings. It seems like He's left us to our own devices, right? So it seems. I mean, this is a theory. I could be wrong, man. I'm totally willing to admit that I could be wrong. It seemed like humans are responsible for what happens on Earth, and we need to act accordingly, right? If some kids are starving in some fucking country, then maybe we need to do something about that, man. If like there's crime somewhere, it's like whatever's happening, we can't just pretend that some being is going to fix it. We have to go in and do it ourselves. And I think that's good. I think that makes us that makes us stronger. You know, kind of like when my father committed suicide, man. I think I leaned on him a lot, you know. But like when he wasn't around, I had to become a stronger person. I had to become a better man to support my family, and you know, it made me just tougher, stronger. And hopefully that's what. And if there is a God, it seems like He's done a similar thing to us as humans. So it's a blessing that He left us alone if He exists. What's the best way for a female to tone up the top, thighs, and arms? There's no such thing as toning. All right, there's no such thing as that. That's not a thing, Laura. Glad to have you here, Lord. There's not a lot of women on the site during these Q&As, and we'll take all we can get. But Laura, here's the thing: there's no such thing as toning. It's being toned is a result of being muscular, having muscle and low body fat. So that's what tone. Like I don't like try to tone my arm, right? It's just my body fat's low, so it looks toned, and I built muscle. So you just gotta just work out those muscles, and as you're doing that, put yourself in a caloric deficit. Best book on sales. What is the man? I had it. I like when I was working for I did an internship for Abbott Laboratories after my freshman year of college, and Abbott Laboratories is a Fortune 500 company, one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the United States. And the sales manager in my region, my job was to follow him around and learn a lot. I learned a lot of like sales stuff from him, and like the first week he gave me a book called The 1 Minute Salesman, and that really helped a lot. And it's basically even if you don't read, most of you guys aren't going to read this shit, so I'll just tell you what's in it for the most part. But you should, if you're serious about sales. Let me give you an example. We were at the we were at the San Jose Fit Expo, and we were promoting this, and I didn't go there to sell it. I just went to promote it. But then we thought, hey man, we don't really want to take all these bottles home. Let's try to sell them. So like I told everybody I was with, hey man, I'm gonna give everyone $10 for every bottle they sell. Go. And I noticed that they didn't know shit about selling. Because they were like trying to talk people into buying, and that's not how you sell. Then the best way how you sell is you ask people questions. You find out what they want, and then if and only if your product fits those needs, you explain that to, hey man, well you want no proprietary blend, you want great taste, you want you find out, hey, what kind of you just ask them questions. And if your shit fits their needs, then the sale is easy. If it doesn't fit their needs, you shouldn't sell it to them anyway. Like sometimes people like I was talking to somebody, he's like, yeah, I don't really take pre-work. Oh, that's cool, man. Don't worry about it. It's not for you. It's not a product for you. Everything ain't for everyone. So I don't know. Thoughts on ZYZZ and Jeff said. I don't really have any thoughts, man. Jeff seems cool. I met him before. I never met ZZ. Whatever. How did you use the weight train when you played basketball? I was doing like similar stuff I do now, but like I got really thin because like basketball, I was playing basketball like 2-3 hours a day, and that's just like cardio. It's like running a marathon. You run miles playing full court basketball. I was burning. I wasn't gaining muscle. In fact, I got really really skinny. So I haven't played basketball in 2 years, man. Benefits of intermittent fasting. I have books on it, but I mean, you can read a lot about it in my book, Ultimate Cut: 7 Secrets to Burn Fat Fast as Hell. It's on Amazon. One of the top selling books on Amazon. #1 bestseller. Over almost 600 reviews with a 5-star average. I mean, who's counting? And the benefits for me is like it's easier for me to maintain low body fat throughout the year, right? When you look at my some videos from earlier this year, I got a little chubby, a little like just less tone and less defined. I was smooth. My muscles were smoothing out. I wasn't as cut, and I stopped doing intermittent fasting for a few months. I was running an experiment, and I gained like a significant amount of weight. But when I went back, it wasn't really like clean weight. So if you watch my videos, I have a video on me how I did intermittent fasting for 2 years, and I gained like 15 pounds of muscle over the course of those 2 years. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot for me because I've been training a long time. Actually, if you gain, yeah, it was a lot. So just check that video. That'll be better for you. Someone asked what I think of veganism. I think it's fine. It's cool. I think it's honorable what they're trying to do. I know most of them do it for like ethical reasons, and I get that, man. Like I totally get that. Like I met a cow once. Like I never had pets growing up, so like I thought animals were just like mindless meat sacks until I was on a farm. I was on a farm somewhere upstate New York, And I went to this gate, and it was cows, and the cow ran over to me, looked me in the eye, and I can like tell it had a soul and feelings and shit like that. And I wasn't really aware of that because I didn't grow up with animals, except for fish, and they just swim around like fucking morons all day, not doing anything special. So I realized, oh man, these creatures have like souls. I started thought about being a vegetarian for a minute, and it didn't last long. But I get it, you know, I get it. You know, a lot of these animals aren't treated humanely, and I get it, man. I get it. I mean, I'm not a vegan, but I get it. I respect their beliefs. I think it's honorable, noble. I think it's a noble thing to do. I do. I'm not. Maybe I'm just not tough enough, or I don't desire it enough to go that route. And that's cool. I just accept that about myself. That's one of my weaknesses. I'm not honorable enough to do it, even though I know it's right. What's your opinion on refeed days or cheat days during the cut? I think it's almost mandatory, because when you in a caloric deficit for too long, your body responds by shutting down some of your hormones because it thinks it's starving. It thinks you're going through a famine, a time of famine. It thinks you're in famine, right? So it's like it slows down your metabolism, it lowers a lot of your hormones like leptin and testosterone, and it does that because it's trying to keep you alive. You know, your body doesn't care about your goals. Your body just cares about survival. Like your brain doesn't care about your goals; it only cares about survival. So it thinks, hey, this is what I have to do to survive. So a free feed day or a cheat day lets your body know that, hey man, everything's cool. We're not starving. It's all good, baby. It's all good, baby. Let's get them hormones back up. Let's get that testosterone back up. You know, I talk about more in Ultimate Cuts, and I have a video on it. You know. Is it true that the Hodgkins hate you? I don't know. You should ask them, man. I don't hate anybody. Are handstands push-ups effective muscle builders? I think so. I think my shoulder, my shoulders got bigger from like doing handstand push-ups like every day. People say you can't work every day. I mean, but I do it every day. I think so. You think you can overcome genetic limitations? Yeah, I think it's possible. It might be like some things you're just gonna have to work harder on others than others at. But you might have other, like, for instance, let's take Elliot Holtz. Like genetically, just the way we're built, we're just gonna have different body types. I'm an ectomorph. He's a mesomorph. I'm pretty confident I'm saying that wrong. So he builds muscle quick, man, easy. But it's it's harder for him to get cut. With me, it's harder for me to put on muscle. I can stay cut relatively easy, you know, relatively. You know, especially as I get older, it takes more effort. But like I'll never be as big as strong as him, you know. And he might not be. I mean, he probably could though. Like he's got enough discipline. But like for the most part, I'm more cut than him, and that doesn't make me better than him or vice versa. It just means we're different. So it's almost like you can overcome your genetic limitations, but it might be better to go with your strengths, right? My strength is being lean and muscular, right? And Ellie's strength is being strong and big, you know, like just real strong, real big. And you know, I think we both embraced those parts of us. I just use them as an example. It's Ramadan. Shout out from Singapore. It is Ramadan, right? I forgot about it, but I got hit with some questions. I have a video on Ramadan. I did it with one of my with a associate of mine who's a Muslim, and you might want to check that out. He talked about it. I don't have a lot of experience with it. I mean, because I'm not religious. Foods for cutting. Here's the thing. There's no such thing as foods for cutting. You know, it's all about I mean, I don't count macros, but it's about macros, right? It's about caloric intake, right? So there's actually a study. If you can Google it, you can open up another window right now, Google it, the Twinkie diet. And this professor, all he ate was like sugary foods and mostly Twinkies for like a certain amount of time. And he actually lost weight. The way he did it was he only ate these foods while staying, but he still stayed in a caloric deficit, meaning he ate only like junk food, but he still burnt more calories than he consumed, and he lost weight and he got in better shape. And so, I mean, maybe it wasn't from a health perspective, especially from as far as micronutrients are concerned, it obviously wasn't the best thing. It's obviously not the best thing for your health, you know. But he lost weight. So like when I say that to say this, there is no such thing as a cutting food. You can cut. I've been on a cut and ate burgers. I swear to fucking God. All you have to do is just keep your caloric intake low. You know. What do you think of vegan gains? Look, man. So part of me kind of like just a part of me kind of just admires his willingness to go on offense like that. You know, just go on offense and attack the most popular. Some about that is like when 50 Cent first came out. You know what I mean? Like people were like, who is this guy? You know, and I was like, oh shit. You know, whether you agree with him or not. Like I talked about earlier, like I actually respect vegans. I think is being a vegan is a noble cause. I get it, man. It's like animals are not the food industry does not treat animals mainly. But even though I know it's a noble thing to do, I'm just not willing to go that route or give it up. You know, so I like maybe I'm just not tough. Maybe I'm just not tough enough, man. Like, and that's cool, man. I mean that's not cool, but I get it. You know, like I'm not perfect person, and maybe that's just one of my flaws. I've accepted that about myself. But as far as he's concerned, I mean, yeah, I kind of admire the fact that he's going on offense like that. You know, some about that I kind of like. You know, because I come from a real aggressive background. Like I'm from South Side Chicago. I got friends in jail for murder. Like this is not exaggeration. It's not hyperbole. I've got friends who have been murdered. You know, with guns. You know, my dad was involved in a lot of wild shit. He ended up killing himself with a gun. Violence is and aggression is my default. So when I see aggressive behavior, I feel like I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? I identify with it, and it feels good to me to watch it, even if whether I agree with the people or not. And that's another flaw of mine. I'm not saying this is good either. Like this is like me being honest about my flaws. I like aggression. I love nothing. My favorite thing in the world is to watch two people fight in real life, and that's bad. It's something I need to probably work on or talk to somebody about. But that's just that's just my background. It's just because I was raised, and that's something I need to. I'm trying to work on that. You know, like be more like liking peace more. I say that to say this. Yeah, man, I kind of some about that I kind of admire. I don't agree with the like now here's the thing. I don't know if that's the, I don't know. Listen, I might be right or wrong. I don't know if that's if his method is the most effective way to convert people to veganism, if that is the goal. If that like I don't know what his goals are or his intentions. I don't know him. But I think if that was the goal, it'd be more effective to talk about how the positive parts of being a vegan and really like educate people on why veganism is important, the health benefits, and just the benefits to humanity, society. I mean, because I know they're vast, you know, like so. I would do it if I was tougher. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not tough enough. I'm gonna be honest with you. And so he's in decent shape too. Like he could be like a good ambassador if but I think his method might turn off a lot of people from it as a whole. You know, people who might have been inspired by him might just be turned off. But again, what the fuck do I know? I'm just a guy. I might be wrong. It shit might be working. And I don't even know that's his goal. Honestly, I don't know if that's his goal to be. So, you know, anyway, man, it's cool. You know, whatever. You got any advice on how to grow taller? Nah, man. Nah, man. Your height is affected by your DNA. So like it was how tall you were going to be was kind of locked in during when you were conceived. You know, like you're going to be how tall you are, and then you can do about that. So there's very little things you can do to stunt your growth, and it's definitely nothing you can do to increase it. So, you know, do I have a degree? Yeah, Howard University School of Business and Marketing degree. Is it okay to be very sore after a workout? If you sound like you're new, so like yeah, I mean you should be sore. You know, I don't really get that sore. I don't really get sore much anymore because I've been training so long. I mean, maybe sometimes, but not much. Man, I failed on my school exams and I'm certain for my future. Do you have any advice? Yeah, you just got to work harder, man. Next time. I mean, listen, failure is a good teacher. You got to figure out what you did wrong and hit it harder next time. What you did wrong, you probably just didn't study enough, you know. And so you that amount of study, what you found out, this is a good thing. You got some good feedback, some feedback analysis about that. You know, there's a test. You failed your exams. Exams are a test, and you failed the test. You weren't prepared. Here's the thing: you can go back and prepare for the next ones. Come back better, prepare it. Now you realize what's not the effective amount of preparation. You know how much you have to do more, right? And it's like that in life too. Like there's going to be tests in life, you know, and you're gonna fail some of them too. You're gonna fail some of your tests in life, you know. I failed some tests in life, some life tests, you know. But what you do is you get that feedback analysis and you go back and hit it again. You know better and you can do better. When you know better, you do better. Can you please make a video on how to win friends and influence people by Dale Carnegie? That's a good idea. Maybe I will like do a breakdown of the video of the whole book. Why I like it so much. It's my favorite book. You know, I've read, like, I'm a speed reader, and I've read hundreds of books. Like you can see my bookshelf there. Like I'm proud of. Listen, I'm proud of this. I'm proud of my muscles, but I'm more proud of this new bookshelf I had installed to hold all these new books I have. So if you see is out of all the books I've read, it's my favorite. My arms refuse to grow, despite identifying as a weakness and shocking them with heavy weights and high reps. Any advice? I'd have to see your training log. You know, I'd have to see your training log, see what you're doing, see your diet. Is the rest of your body responding, just not your arms? Here's the thing. Honestly, the most important thing for arms is compound movements. Like the thing that's gonna grow your arms, your triceps most is like bench press and overhead press. You know, the things that gonna grow your biceps most is pull-ups and rows, right? I mean, that's really like you don't have to isolate your arms, your big arms. You know, it's that's what's gonna do it the most, actually, man. Real talk. So when you do curls and stuff, that's just like the icing on the cake. So maybe try doing more compound movements, man. And that's not just me talking. Like, if you read Chad Waterbury's stuff, he talks about that frequently. He's one of a good author. What can you tell me about? I'm reading one of these questions that got emailed to me. Can you tell me what can you tell me about Herbalife? I'm hearing so much about it, pros and cons. I don't know shit about that. The products. From what I understand, though, it is a multi-level marketing kind of thing, and I don't recommend that as a business model for anyone. Multi-level marketing is for people who want to have their own business but don't know how to run their own business. So you're really a glorified salesperson when you do multi-level marketing. But you know, I mean, maybe the products are good, or maybe I don't have enough. I don't have. I'm not very familiar with them. How much cardio would you suggest for someone who's 50 pounds overweight? Listen, you don't even need cardio to lose weight. I say this all the time, but if you run a mile, you burn about, on average, about 100 calories. But a cup of rice, about the size of my fist, is about 200 calories, right? So you have to run 2 miles to burn off this much rice. So getting your diet in order is the most important thing, and cardio is just a catalyst. Cardio helps. I'm not saying it doesn't help, but it's merely a catalyst. All right. The most important thing is diet In fact, you can run all day, man. You can literally run all day, but if you're still in a caloric surplus, you will gain weight instead of losing it. It's all about your intake, man. How to get widespread lat syndrome like Bruce Lee. Shout out to from Phoenix, Arizona. What up, Phoenix? Yo, look here. The widespread lats. You know, like, I mean, the best thing for like you can do like lat pull down or just wide grip pull ups, man. Like, honestly, like Bruce Lee, I know he trained with weights, but I know he did a lot of body weight stuff as well, and I know he did a lot of pull ups. I don't know if that's the reason why he had bigger lats, but I would imagine. Can you give advice on fasting for Ramadan, 19-hour fast, fasting window, tips to getting leaner while doing it? The thing is, like, I do a 16-hour fast every day, right? And I have an 8-hour feeding window. The difference between that and Ramadan is you guys can't drink water. If I drink coffee and water, tea, green tea and shit during the day, anything without any calories. So I still work out fasted, and I take BCAAs prior to my workout, and then and my workout ends. As soon as my workout ends, then I break the fast with a real meal. Right? It's gonna be dead. Like, if I were you, I would not train fasted because you can't have water even, and you want to stay hydrated. And if I were you, I would just train. I would just train when I was during the feeding window. Yeah. That's what I would do if I was you. Just go about your normal day while you're fasting, and then when you start training during your training window, because of the water, I mean, you can't drink water. So that's just what I would do, you know. I don't have any experience with it, so like I'm really just guessing. Someone says live playback not supported. You must be watching it on your phone, maybe, or on some device. But other people are watching it, right? Other people are watching it. Yeah, they see it. I know you see it. Wait a minute, you don't hear sound? Can you guys not hear me? Or is it just that guy? Will carb cycling help you lose weight better than a caloric deficit? Here's the thing about carbs. So it's not to help you lose weight more. It's what you. I mean, it will, right? Just because low carbohydrates will help you lose weight because if you read this book, Why We Get Fat, really good book, one of the best books on fat loss you can read. It corroborates what I'm about to say. Your insulin gets spiked. Nothing spikes your insulin as much as carbohydrates, and you want to, when the insulin is spiked, fat loss kind of comes to a halt. You know, for the most part. I mean, if your caloric intake is still low enough, you still lose fat, but keeping your insulin levels low will speed up the process. So I guess the answer is yes. But the reason you carb cycle and you do take carbs during your training days, and not on your and the days you don't take carbs when you don't do resistance training, is because you want to spike, because insulin is also anabolic. So you want to spike your insulin when you need it, and that's in your training days. Someone says everyone else can hear you. Cool. What's your opinion on how to increase intelligence? You know what, like intelligence, it depends on what you mean by the word. Like this, I think most people have like all right, so I would say like read more, just read a lot, you know, like I mean to max out your ability, you want to read more, you want to experience more, you want to work your brain, you know, problem solve. Like solve problems, and you get better at solving problems. You know, read more. And the more knowledge you get, the more you'll have experience to draw from that aren't yours. You understand what I'm saying? So because this book is full of studies and from researchers, I don't have to go out and do the research. You know what I'm saying? I can just read it and then there it goes. But if you don't read, if you don't get the knowledge, if you don't educate yourself, then you have to get the knowledge yourself. And that's harder, it takes longer, and it's probably a lot more painful. You know? I read 2 books a week. I read about 2 hours a day. I do not fuck around. The more I read, the more money I make, the more successful I become, the more women like me, because I know more things, I'm more interested, like the more I can help people in my circle, the better leader I am, you know, because I just have more information. I have more information on hand. Everything I am, everything I have is a result of reading feverishly since I was 16, 17. Please note, I have the goal to meet you at the end of the year, my inspiration, but still got a question. How to gain muscle but still stay lean. Greetings from some country I don't want to try to pronounce on a live web stream. Yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yo, you're my inspiration. Like when guys tell me like shit like that, it lets me keep going. You know, when people talking shit about me or hating on me on the internet, hearing that makes me know I'm doing something right, man. So I appreciate it. You're my inspiration. Thank you. I mean that. I'm not bullshitting. How to stay lean. If you watch if you read my book Ultimate Mass, it's only $1.99. I'm not trying to fucking get a lot of money from you. It's I get like Amazon pays me like my Kindle publishing deal. I get like 30 cents off that. So like, yeah, you know, whatever. I'm not trying to get rich off that shit. So that's just the lowest price they would let me get it, and I wanted to put it on Amazon. Or you can just download my but it tells you a lot about it, and you get. That's how I'm able to gain muscle and still stay relatively lean. Like I go through periods when I'm not as lean as I'd like to be, but I'm just going to stay lean all summer. I don't really plan on gaining much weight. I'll probably lose a lot of weight, maybe some gain this summer, but I'll be all right. The thing is, because I have to have my shirt off all summer, like, you know, for promotions or shit, you know. So I don't plan on gaining any. Like if I gain 1 pound of muscle this summer, it'll be a huge success. But it's something called micro cuts and micro bulks. I coined this term, but it comes from anabolic burst cycling, which was something I learned from Bill Phillips back in the 90s. And what it is you first, this is how I do it. First, I say you get as cut as you want to be, as lean as you want to be, have a visible 6-pack, right? And then start bulking from there. And bulk until your 6-pack like kind of goes away, but like, you know, starts to fade a little more than you like. Then you can start cutting again. So you're not doing these big, like the bodybuilders. They do these big cuts, you know. I mean, these big bulks and big cuts, and they look like shit half the year, just to look good at one show, right? One day a year, right? So, and that's cool for them, but you don't have all season, right? Your life. So, this method is slower, mind you, but if you want to stay lean, this is the way to do it. Micro cuts, micro bulks. Does sex affect your workouts? Nah, if it did, man. People ask me that the sex and or masturbation affect your training, your gains, and nah, man. If it did, I would not have one gain. I shit you not. I would have never made a single gain. Oh shit! No fucking way. What's up, Day? What up, though? No fucking way. Yeah, what else we got going on? Let me read. I got like, yo, man, I got like 50 emails today, like people asking questions. Okay, someone says in the Simple Six Pack Solution. Hope you guys have downloaded that. The Simple Six Pack Solution. Go to simplesixpacksolution.com. You can download over 20,000 people downloaded that shit this week. So I appreciate that. It's free, 100% free. I don't want your fucking money. And someone asks, Delia asks via email, hey, in your diet, Simple Six Pack Solution, you said eat throughout the day, eat green leafy vegetables and protein like meat. Are things like nuts and sweet potatoes, yogurt, etc. not included? No, Dahlia. Sweet potato is not is I said avoid carbohydrates. Green vegetables do have carbohydrates. Some asshole's gonna type that. Somebody, here's the thing, not as much, not that much, you know, like very little. So you basically not enough to spike your insulin levels the amount of spikes your insulin is negligible. You know what I'm saying? So, but a sweet potato will spike your insulin way, especially if it's really ripe, because a really ripe sweet potato has more fuck man, brain freeze. Oops. A really ripe potato is yeah, it'll spike your insulin more. I wish I could. I was about to say something smart. It's on the tip of my tongue, so I just ended up sounding stupid. But yeah, nuts are fine, Pulse. It's just that you don't. But sweet potatoes, yogurt, and is not included. You only want to eat carbs when you're on this diet. But this protocol, you only want to eat carbs post resistance training. Do I believe in God? I don't know, man. I don't even care. That's me, man. Like, I'm not an atheist. I'm not agnostic. I wish there was a third one. Like, yo, I just don't give a fuck, man. You know, it's weird to be agnostic, right? Because what am I agnostic about? Like, am I agnostic about Zeus? Am I agnostic about the Egyptian sun god Ra? Am I agnostic about or if I'm in the ocean, am I agnostic about the possibility of Poseidon ruling the oceans? Like, what are you agnostic about everything? The possibilities of any god existing? You know, it's weird to me. I'm just like, yo, I don't know, man. I don't even give a fuck, because you know, I don't know. What's the best vegetable? I don't know if there's such thing as the best vegetable. You know, I don't think there's a such thing. I mean, it's a funny question, because first of all, best is subjective, right? So like, best for what? And when I say best, I might mean something different than my definition of best might be different than your definition of best. I don't know. It's a weird question, man. Nothing I can answer. Somebody please answer. What's the best way to improve leg imbalances? If I was you, I would do like stuff with dumbbells or like stuff with, like you do one leg at a time. So maybe like, I mean, that's all imbalances, right? So like you have muscular imbalance. I think the best thing to do is to use dumbbells or just use one at a time. You know, like with leg, you can do like something where one like lunges or something like that, and just do it evenly. Where you can do dumbbell lunges with the straight bar too. With legs, you can. I'm rambling a little bit. Look here. Muscular imbalance, just try to work each one independently with the same weight until they even out. How do you start an internet marketing? You know, man, like after 08, well, I had a degree in marketing, and then after 08, around that time, you know, it was the financial collapse. One of my close homies was found. They found him murdered in New Jersey. His body was chopped up in his car. My father committed suicide. And I was like, you know what, man? Let me turn my life around and start doing something positive. And that was, you know, I just started doing more studying, more reading. You know, there's a lot of reading, and then you just get into it, man. Like anything you want to know is in these books, man. That's why I'm like such a big proponent of reading. Like almost everything you want to know is in these books. Real talk. But you got to apply the knowledge, right? You can't learn to swim by reading a book. You still got to jump in the water. But you might be better, you know, like you might be better had you read the book before you jumped in the water. What would you recommend for what would you recommend for protein for vegetarians? Here's the thing. Vegetable protein is the amino acid profile is not as complete as animal protein. So, but that's fine, right? You just have to make sure you get a variety of different proteins from a large source. So you can't just get all your protein from one kind of bean and expect to make gains. You can still make gains as long as you get your protein from a variety of sources. So you want to get some hemp protein, nuts, beans, tofu, whatever, just a huge variety of sources, because the amino, and that way you'll get the full amino acid spectrum, right? So there is no good one or no bad one. They all are kind of not good proteins. Let's be clear. Vegetable protein is inferior. So to make up for that, you have to get a variety of sources. Yo, BBC, how do I get a girlfriend? I've been approaching in 100K city. It's hard to find many girls. So I can. Okay, I don't want to read that whole thing. Look here. Fire gaming. Listen, I'm not going to talk shit about gamers, man. When I'm in London, I might link up with the dude Sparkles, the gamer Sparkles. He's a fan, and he's a cool guy. So here's the thing, but like a lot of you guys, a lot of gamers, not all of them. I don't think video games are bad, but there's a lot. But video game. The thing about video games is they're so much fun, right? Because there's like, you gotta understand, this is a team of like scientists at these video game companies with like technology, brain scanners linked up to people's brains and seeing how they react, deliberately trying to make the games more fun and addictive, and they're doing a great job. And a lot of you guys spend way too much time gaming, especially if you took it so far to put it in your online profile. That kind of makes me think that maybe you're doing it too much, right? Like, I like video games too. Hey man, video games are fun as fuck, to the point where I don't even have a video game system in my home, because I know I would be one of those guys who just stayed at home playing video games all day, because they are that fun, and and it's by design. It's not an accident, right? So, because the more you play, the more you can, they want to make money off you, right? So I say that to say this: you might just have to get out. You got to get out the house more. I know you say your city's small, so that's going to be an issue for you. Your city's small, so you might have to you might have to get on the Tinder, right? You might have to get on the OkCupid. Like, you might have to try. Like, I'm not a big proponent of online dating either, because I don't think it builds skills as well. I don't think it builds your skills as far as meeting women is concerned. But maybe like, if you can, man, like, move to a bigger market. Like, why can't you move, man? You don't have to stay in that small town. Get the fuck out of there. I've lived in many cities, man. Get the fuck out of there, bro. But if you're hell bent on staying in that town and you can't leave, then you're gonna have to go out a lot more. You have to start going out more. Get on the Tinder, get on the motherfucking all that other shit, Best calisthenics athlete in your opinion? There's a guy. He's not famous. I'm actually gonna do a video with him soon. He's in LA, and you go on Instagram. His name is Progressive Calisthenics. Progressive_calisthenics. I really think he's the best. But he doesn't have any videos, or just on Instagram. He runs the WCO, the World Calisthenics Organization. They do the Get Battle of the Bars. He's like the leader of that organization. He just doesn't have any fucking videos, man. I think he's the best. How do I stop Lil B from fucking my bitch? That's a hard question to answer, because I don't understand it. So maybe you can clarify, man. I can get back into that. Come on, guys. I already talked about vegan games, man. Jesus. I wish that kid the best of luck, man. I hope he accomplishes all his goals. I'm about to read one of these email questions, because the comment questions are starting to get not as good. So EJ, his name is EJ Too Hurt. No, EJ Too Turnt. Like, he's too turnt, Turnt. One question. My girlfriend is dumb thick. She wants to lose like 30 pounds, but she never commits to a plan. It's always, when I get this or when I get that, I'll start working out. How do I get her to just start? She's in college too. P.S. Finish both your books. You're awesome. Thanks, EJ Two Turn. Look here, Mr. Two Turn. Here's an important thing about relationships in general. All relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, like you and you, like Two Turn and his girl, family relationships, mother, father, all these things. Or the relationship between me and my cat George. Let's take that one as an example. When I bought George, when I rescued his ass from the pound right before he got euthanized, I understood that he was a cat. I understood that George was gonna shit in a box full of sand in my house. He's gonna take a shit in my house in the corner in a box of sand. I knew that from the onset. I knew he wasn't gonna bark. I knew I wasn't gonna walk him on a leash around Manhattan. I knew that. I knew that wasn't his skill set. That's not how he was designed. I don't try to make him bark. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to make my cat bark. I accept him for who he is. He's gonna go. He's gonna jump on things. He can jump higher than the dog. So he can jump from the fucking refrigerator, from the floor to the top of the refrigerator. I accept him for who he is. If he wants to change, we can work on that. Well, you know, okay, that sounded stupid because it was. Here's the thing. I don't try to make him bark. Don't try to make cats bark. You're trying to make a cat bark, man. If she doesn't really want to do it, if she really wanted to do it, she would do it, EJ. Come on, Two Turn. If she really wanted to do it, she would do it. You know, she says, hey, when I get this is excuses, and like, you know, listen, she just doesn't want it bad enough, and that's cool, man. Not everybody wants it. You gotta accept that, man. That's who she is. Don't try to make the cat bark. You know, that's who she is. And if she ever changes her mind, then you'll be there for her. You know. Thank you for liking my books, man. Yeah, let me see if these comment questions have improved. Next calisthenics move you want to learn? I would really like to get the planche push-up. I started doing calisthenics like, yo, I want to do a planche push-up, and I almost don't know if it will ever happen. Please stop asking me about vegan gains, guys. Come on. I already addressed that earlier. You know, I addressed it, man. You know, come on, guys. Come on. When the last time you smoked a blunt? Should I quit? Hey man, listen, here's the thing. I have friends who smoke weed every day, and they're functional potheads, so they get everything done. Some of them actually work better when they're high. Like I like them more when they're high than when they're sober. And if that's who you are, then fine, go for it, man. But like that's not who I am. I just get lazy. I just want to chill and watch Comedy Central all day when I'm high. I just want to stay indoors and watch Comedy Central. It ruins my productivity. I do everything a lot worse when I smoke weed. And I need to function at a high level because there's people who depend on me. I'm a leader in my organizations. So like I have to set the pace. You know, leadership means you're out in front. That's the very definition of leader. You are in front. The guy who's running a race, who's the guy who's when there's a race, the guy in front is called the leader, right? That's the definition. So if I'm high as fuck, I won't be I won't be in the front. So last time I smoked weed, it wasn't this year. I might have been. I think I smoked a little bit in LA, just a little bit, you know, un poquito. But it's just not really my thing, man. Because I'm more Two Turn. I'm Two Turn. Like my man EJ. Hold on, let me see. I think I have another email question. Can you spit some bars? Nah, I ain't trying to do it right now. Can I start a business without going to business school? How do I go about it? Fuck yeah, you can. Fuck yeah, you can. I didn't go to swimming class to learn how to swim, you know? Would it help? Yeah, probably. I'd probably be a better swimmer because I'm a pretty bad swimmer now. But listen, you can just just read a lot of business books, man. Start with it. The best business books are, they're all, read a lot of business books, man. Learn marketing, learn sales, work in the place where you have to sell. Learn persuasion, negotiation. Marketing is the most important part of the business. Everything else is like, you can hire someone to do it if you can't do it right. Like, I don't do the accounting. That's not my skill set. My skill set is marketing. My skill set is persuasion. My skill set is sales. You know what I'm saying? That's where I do best. And learn marketing, man. Like, it's probably like, here's the thing: if you don't have a customer, you don't have a business. So marketing is basically customer acquisition. You need to learn that. That's customer acquisition is probably the most important part of any business. You gotta have people to sell to. People have to buy what you're selling, and you need to know how to market. You need to know how to sell to make that reality. Brandon, can you please read my message? It's important to me. My name is Romeo, and I'm from Italy. Oh shit, hold up. Just want to thank you because of your videos. I got back my body and life. Thank you, Romeo. Hey man, thank you, Romeo. That makes me happy. That makes me want to keep going, bro. Appreciate that. What's the first book I should start with? Man, I don't know what your goal is, what your life goal is. Somebody says, all right, man, I'll just grab some books, man. This book really helped me. Maximum Achievement. Look how I fucked it up. Like, I read this shit hard as hell. I read hard. I read it so hard. I read the shit out of it, literally, right? That's a good book to start in just achieving any goals. For marketing, I might as well just run through some of these joints, man. Fuck it. Right? Marketing, this is imperative. The 22 immutable laws of marketing. That shit goes hard. If you internet marketing is your thing, you want to read Launch by Jeff Walker. What else, man? Fuck it, let's do it. Somebody asked about sales earlier. Somebody, hold up. This is a real good one I read in college. How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling. That's good. Brian Tracy, The Art of Charm. I lost the cover. It's a good book. Like, you just want to know how to be a charming motherfucker. This should be in my fucking 3 books. Tim Ferriss, I can't reach at the bottom of this stack, but Tim Ferriss 4-Hour Workweek. A lot of people talk shit about Tim, but that book helped me. That's a good start, man. Those are all good places to start. Can you tell us more about affiliate marketing? Fuck, I lost it. Can you tell us more about how you got started in drop shipping and affiliate marketing and making money online in general? Well, here's the thing: affiliate marketing is easy because all you got to do is oh, George is up in here. All you got to do is get traffic, and then you set up your affiliate program, and then you kind of have to you have to do like sales and like your. Hey, buddy. Oh, everyone say what's up to George. He just woke up. Follow George on Instagram, Meow Mix Poppy. Mail Mix Poppy on Instagram. I never done like drop shipping shit. I mean, you can though. Like you have you have to have inventory. I don't know. You should read more about it, man. I don't want to get into it right now. Launch is a good book, but affiliate marketing is weirder because you're not really your affiliate marketing is weirder. You got to have a lot of traffic to make money as an affiliate, and I mean, it can happen, but it's not. You know, I don't know. What timer do you use? I'll show it to you guys. I think it's just called HIIT interval training. Yeah, HIIT interval training. Nothing. It looks like this. HIIT interval training is an Android app. You can set, you know, the work time and the rest time and the amount of rounds. You know this. Ain't nothing crazy. What's the difference between a management degree and an MBA? Which is better? Shout out from Singapore at 6 a.m. here. What up, Singapore? Well, see, here's the thing. Like, you can get an MBA in management. Like, there is no the MBA is really like grad school for business. It's, you know, like so I could get an MBA in marketing. I can get an MBA. So the difference is it's the next level. So it's not a if or this or that kind of thing. It's just the next level, you know. Like any degree you can get an MBA in any degree, in any business degree. All right, buddy. George is gonna cry until he sits on my lap. So I'm gonna do the remainder of this podcast, the remainder of this live Q&A with a fucking cat on my lap, because that's the man I've become. This is my reality. This is who I am now. I made peace with that. Yes, I know it is weird. It is weird that I even own you, that I even own a fucking cat. But you know, what am I gonna do? All right. Why do you think some people are more disciplined and have more willpower to achieve goals? It is not default. Like, people have to learn to be disciplined. Nobody's disciplined. It's a learned skill. It's a trait. It's not. Nobody is born with that. Kawoodcha. I don't know. There's a book called Willpower. I can't get it out without knocking everything over. There's a book called Willpower, and it just teaches you how, like, you can acquire that skill set. Like, nobody's born like that. You ever seen a disciplined baby? Babies cry and bitch and moan, and you know, every little thing that goes wrong, and that's fine because they have little recourses. They're children, you know. But it's fine just for children. Like, as a man, as an adult, you have to be more disciplined. You got to exert more willpower. You know, and you can't just cry when shit doesn't go your way. You have to do things you don't want to do. You can't just cry about it and wonder why it's not happening. Like, when you become like, so you have to acquire that skill. Willpower is a good book to read if you want to learn it. I don't think it's a learned thing, and it's something you should learn if you want to be successful. What NBA team do you support? Chicago Bulls. You guys know, let me tell you, like, when after the Bulls lost Game 5 of the series with Cleveland this year, I stopped watching TV for like over a month. Like, I didn't watch Game 6 because I saw defeat in their eyes, man. I couldn't watch it. I felt like I'd be watching a family member get executed. I'm a huge Chicago Bulls fan, and it's like I haven't been able to watch any sports since then. I was devastated. So I don't know. Someone said you look badass with the cat. Thanks, man. Did you have abs all your life? Nah, man. Nobody does. Nobody does, man. You guys, something has to be developed. What is the best book that teaches you about developing your mind? I don't know what the best is, and I don't know exactly what you mean when you say developing your mind, because it's different aspects. But that book Maximum Achievement is good. The book Willpower I talked about is good. It's a good book. Super Brain. Maybe this. I don't see. I don't know exactly what you mean, but Super Brain by Deepak Chopra and some other guys really good. You want to learn about memory? There's a good book called Moonwalking with Einstein. That's a fucking awesome book. Is coffee good for your health? Yeah, coffee actually has the more antioxidants than almost any drink. It's just not marketed like that, you know. It's just what makes it bad is the shit you put inside of it, like sugar and cream and shit, all the fattening stuff. Another thing, caffeine is not necessarily bad. It's just like if you take too much caffeine, then you can become addicted to it, as adverse effects, you know, too much. But in general, it's not bad. It's like it's how you use it, you know, right? Like you know what I'm saying, like this knife is not bad unless I fucking slit somebody's throat with it. You know what I'm saying? But or I can just like cut my meal up and feed children with it. But it's like all things, it's how you use it, it's context. Want to launch a fitness clothing line? How do you go about it? I mean, I don't know, man. I never launched a clothing line, so but just off the top of my head, I would say you want to get some good designers, get some good product. First of all, get a good product. It's easier to sell a good product. Having a fucking goofy black cat doesn't help. It won't help anything. I'm telling you, it's a big mistake. Then you wanna make sure you know about business, you know, customer acquisition, marketing, sales, accounting, as much you can do, and then sell the clothes for profit. You know, like I don't know, everything's just theory till you start getting in the field. Just read. If I was you, I would just do. I would read as much as I could on the subject before I start. Give you an example when your favorite healthy meals. Oh, you know, watch my cooking video when we made the rosemary chicken. Me and that chick. That's a fucking good. That was some good shit, man. I noticed you stopped posting 4-minute abs and fat burning videos. Does that mean the series is over? No, that just means I failed on those days. I didn't put it up. That's all I mean. You know, I don't always win, man. I don't always win, but I'm gonna get mine more than I get got though. A wise man once said, "I'm gonna get mine more than I get got though." You please tell us about Adderall and your experience with it. Adderall is awesome. I love it. I mean, but it's addictive. So like, I try to stay away from it. You know, because it's basically pharmaceutical grade speed. You know, so it's really a drug, man. It's an intense drug, and I mean, just like LSD is awesome, but I don't want to do it too often, you know, anymore, right? So yeah, it made me real productive, but it's like something I just get away from that. Oh, what up, the homie from Norway. I train during Ramadan. I fast for 20 hours. Please explain how I should go about it. If I was you, I would train during the feeding window, like because fucking cat hair in my mouth. This is awful. This whole experience. This is the fucking worst. All right. I would train during your feeding window because you can't drink water, man. This is what I would do. Maybe you guys can do it, you know, but if it was me, it's not me, but if it was me, that's what I would do. What are the 3 most important supplements? I would say I kind of wanted to say protein, but you can get enough protein from milk. There's nothing special about protein. I would say a multivitamin, creatine, and caffeine. Caffeine helps me work out more. You know? You get your caffeine from coffee. For a long time, I drank black coffee. You know, it's cheap form, especially if you're on a budget. Now, if you really want to go hard, you can get your caffeine from Rebellion. It has 300 milligrams of caffeine. It tastes great. Poppin' cherry flavor. All the guys like Poppin' cherry by Bro Laboratories. Good people. The good people at Bro Laboratories. Good people. Why do you hate gloves? And what he means is weightlifting gloves. Well, because weightlifting gloves. Here's the thing: if you lift weights with gloves all the time, the gloves do a lot of the gripping for you. And so your grip strength doesn't improve with the rest of your body strength levels, you know, and you don't build the calluses and the toughness in your hands. So, and that's not a bad thing if you only care about aesthetics. That's fine, you know. Right? Ronnie Coleman wore gloves and he's big as fuck, right? Strong as fuck. 8-time Mr. Olympia, he's a legend. Here's the thing though, Ronnie Coleman was a professional bodybuilder. He definitely, like, aesthetics is his thing, you know. And he didn't train with gloves when he's powerlifting because you're not allowed to. He used to be a powerlifter before that, so he probably had sufficient grip strength to begin with. But anyway, where am I going with this? Oh yeah, so the guy who lifts weights with gloves on or works out with gloves on all the time, the thing is sometimes he might have to lift something or pick something up outside of the gym, right? And he want to let me get my fucking gloves unless he has weightlifting gloves on him wherever he goes. And that guy who lifts with gloves all the time, if you take his gloves away, if he's been lifting gloves for a year and tell him to lift the same amount of weight, he will not be able to lift the same amount of weight because his grip strength is not sufficient and his hands are actually too fragile and delicate because they haven't been toughened up. So he won't be able to lift, he won't be as strong. So that's me. Like I figure I might have to lift something outside of the gym. So, you know, some people say, hey man, I gotta wear gloves because the ladies, you know, they don't like no rough hands. I need to be silky smooth. Listen, maybe you a Ronnie Romance ass nigga, but not me. You know, like if she's with me, she better from the onset, she better be comfortable with something rough, you know, with it getting rough. Like I'm gonna be slapping ass, pulling hair, choking her, you know, all types of wild shit, you know, and calluses on my hands are gonna be the least of her concern, right? I never saw the movie or read the book 50 Shades of Grey, but I know it wasn't about some motherfucker being all delicate with a girl, you know, some smooth, silky hand motherfucker being delicate with a girl. Women love that book, and one thing I know about it is that bitch was getting her ass kicked during sex. So that your whole glove for the ladies thing is utter bullshit. In a simple six-pack solution, it says you need to lose it says to show abs, you need to lose weight. I love your workouts, but I need to gain some weight. Combine gaining weight and lower and yeah, all right, whatever. Yeah, I mean, if you're skinny, then you don't need to lose weight, right? If you said then you're probably sufficient. You can just work on building your muscles, right? You don't have to. I'm just saying, like the people who are overweight, someone who's overweight or a little bit of gut, like they're not going to get they're not going to have a visible six-pack. But if you need to gain weight, you probably have low body fat right now, so you're probably fine. You don't need to cut first. Does that make sense? Who's your first girlfriend? How old were you? How old was I at this shit? I was like 18. I just turned 18. Because I went to all boys high school, so it was like freshman year of college. And yeah, she's cool. She's crazy though, man. Fucking nuts. I've injured my rotator cuff. I lost it. Sorry guys. Cut first or bulk first? Always cut first. Always cut first. What are your views on Cellcore C4? Cellcore C4 is a supplement that is a proprietary blend. I own a supplement company. I have ownership in a supplement company, Bro Laboratories. So here's the thing. I know why they have why companies have proprietary blends. So they don't have to tell you how much stuff is in there. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to tell you as much. So they might say, oh, we're trying to protect our patented secret formula. What the fuck? That's utter bullshit. I can pay a laboratory $1,000 to say, tell me exactly what's in this shit. And I'll know by the end of the business day. That's bullshit. They just know the average consumer is not going to do that. But someone with the means to copy that product, $1,000 is nothing. I could do that shit this afternoon and make a fucking phone call, have someone else. I only had to leave my house. I have somebody else go get the C4 and run it over to them. Right? So someone with the means to copy their shit can copy their shit. Make no fucking mistake. So you might as well just put it on a label unless you got something to hide. And a lot of them have something to hide because citrulline malate is expensive as fuck. It's the most expensive. It's one of the most expensive ingredients in Rebellion, but we got 6 grams of it. Some of these guys, I ain't gonna name no names, they say it's proprietary blend. Hey, it has citrulline malate, but a lot of these guys only have 0.5, half a gram of citrulline, a negligible amount, but it's enough that they can say, hey, we got citrulline in there. Oh yeah, we got creatine in there. A gram. They're fucking with you, man. They're bullshitting you. Hey, I'm not saying Cellcore is C4. I'm just saying most of the companies that have proprietary blends do that. That's why here at Bro Laboratories, we don't have proprietary blends. We tell you exactly what's in it, and then you can make and if it's not for you, it's not for you. That's cool. You know, you don't like what's in it. You don't like what's in it. You don't have to take it, but you should know what's in it so you can make an informed decision whether you want it or not. And I don't understand why so many companies don't feel the same way about that. I mean, I do understand because they want to make the product as cheap as possible so they can maximize profits. You know. I mean, that's how capitalism works, man. Some people just care more about their reputation, more about their customers than they do about money. Have you ever injured your rotator cuff? If so, what would you do to cure it? I'll show you. Oh. I had a rotator cuff injury maybe like 2 years ago. It was how I got it was I was trying to learn how to do muscle up. I couldn't do it like maybe like 2 years ago. And then so what I would do, I had one of these like these balls that you see if you're in New York, you see the Spanish guys, they're always playing handball with this shit. You get one of these from the bodega and you just rub it on there all the time, and that kind of helps a little bit mitigate. You ice it, you want to ice it, and you want to do rotator cuff exercises. So like stuff like this with weight though. You know, you want to start, and you also can do that to circumvent injury as well. The rotator cuff is hard muscle to work on its own, and that's how you know, you're gonna have to like do exercise. You're gonna do therapy. You know, you're gonna get some physical therapy. You think the 48 laws of power are bad influences to follow? No, man. You should know. You should be aware of it, right? But you think they're good or bad, they exist and they're accurate. So you need to, even if you don't use them, you need to be aware of them so they don't get used on you. You understand what I'm saying? So people don't manipulate you. Or you might need them for certain situations, man. Like nothing is not good or bad. It's how you use it. Just like I said before, this knife is not good or bad. It's all how I use it, man. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the 48 laws of power. Sorry, gotta go, but seriously, feel like you are my soul brother. In some kind of weird way, now it feels weird. Have a nice night. Hey man, it's not weird. We are soul brothers. You said creatine is important. Do you cycle it or do you take it all year? I'll take it all year round. Have you tried bare hand gloves? Fuck gloves. I hate them. I hate their existence. Fuck gloves. If you want to wear gloves, that's cool, man. Like that's your prerogative. I'm just saying for me, I despise them. But that's cool if you. I won't judge you for wearing them, right? If you want to have silky smooth hands, yo, wear. I mean, listen, man, wear gloves, a purse, whatever's gonna make you feel pretty, man. But for me, I want to make sure my grip strength is intact. I want to make sure that my hands are rough, so I can lift heavy things, man. You know, that's what resistance training is all about. And if your hands aren't tough, they don't develop the appropriate amount of toughness, you won't be able to lift heavy things. And that's just what it is. No, stop. Think outside the box. No, man. Fuck gloves. I'm serious about this. You take creatine before your photo shoots. I take creatine all year round. For me though, like listen. The glove things. If you want to wear gloves, that's fine, man. It's all good, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all good. Yo, BBC, big fan. My goal in life is to try to make you notice my question here. That's a goal in life. All right. Hey, man. You're done. You're done. You don't want life because I'm helping you accomplish your goal, man. Your life goal. I don't know what you're going to do at it. It seems like you probably peaked kind of early in life. But let's see what this question is. So here I go. What ways can I improve my communication skills? Oh man. First of all, you want to read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Number one book on my list of books. I mean that book. That's all you really need to go. You want another good book called How to Have Confidence and Success Dealing with People by Les Giblin. All right, that's another good book. And maybe you should take some speech classes. I took speech classes in college, but maybe you want to join Toastmasters or something like that. Like getting this public speaking, you know what it is. You just practice, man. Have you read The Success Principles by Jack Canfield? Yeah, it's a good book. I have it right here. I would show it to you because at the bottom of this stack is life in NY hard? It depends on how much money you got. Right? This is a very expensive city. One of the most expensive cities on earth. So if you don't have a lot of money, life is going to be really difficult for you here. And that's why a lot of my friends, they leave, man. They leave New York, man. Like, man, I just want to move down south. Things is cheaper. That's all I say. That's how they started. Things is cheaper, simpler. You know, really just things are cheaper, right? The quality of life here, if you got money, is better than anywhere in the world. But if you ain't got money, it's hard, man. Yeah, like I know friends who left New York to start a business, right? Because it might be easier. And it's kind of stupid for me to live here, right? Because I make I make all my money online, right? So I can do this anywhere. So if I move to like the middle of nowhere, fucking Texas or something, my cost of living would be lower, and I'd actually keep more money. But because I decided to live because I'm hell bent on staying in one of the most expensive cities in the world, is like financially it's not the best decision. I'm just be honest with you, but the quality of life here is dope. You know, if you got it. If you ain't got it, it's tough, man. A lot of my friends are moving because it's just they on that midnight train to Georgia. You ever heard that song? Should you read books simultaneously? I actually do, man. Like I usually read 1 or 2 books at a time. I shouldn't, but oh wait a minute, it's a good business book. Hold up. I can't find it. Sorry. Fuck, I had a good one for you. Anyway, yeah, I usually read 2 books at one time just because I'm attention deficit, you know. How can I lose belly fat while retaining muscle? First of all, you can't lose fat in one spot. You got to do it cumulatively, and you lose fat cumulatively by burning more calories than you consume. Now, to retain as much muscle as you want to keep your protein intake high, and you want to lift weights at the same time. Let your body, and by lifting weights, you let your body know, hey man, we still kind of need this muscle. Let's try to preserve as much as possible because we still require muscle, right? Because if your body doesn't, if you don't lift weights, if you don't lift heavy weights, your body's going to your body says, hey, we're in caloric deficit. Let's lose some of this muscle too, so we can stay alive. So, but if you're lifting weights, you let your body know, hey man, we still need these fucking muscles, so you'll retain a lot more. Man, I feel like I should be getting more of these questions that I got emailed. Which is better choice to build muscle? Which is a better choice to build muscle? Change your workout plan, outline with different workouts. You are, man, I don't even understand some of these questions. All right. Dude says, yo, I'm in the Marine Corps. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. And it's difficult for me to gain muscle since we run 3 to 5 miles 2 to 3 times a week. How can I gain mass while doing this much cardio? You want to keep your caloric intake high. That's not a ton of cardio, like 2 or 3 days a week. That's not crazy. That's not crazy, right? If you're doing it every day, it'd be hard. But 2 or 3 days a week, that's not crazy. Like you should be able to still gain. What you want to do is you want to just keep your caloric. If your caloric intake is like really high, you still get it. You know. Best book on investing in real estate. I've never invested in real estate. I do not own a property. I'm renting here. My next place I will buy. I'm actually like prepared for that, like getting everything in order, like the down payment, you know, credits right, like all the shit. Because in the next place I buy, I will keep that place probably forever. So I don't really know. I never wanted to get into investing, like flipping or own it. Like it's just not who I. That's for their. It's. I don't really want. This is just me. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. Just as far from a business perspective, I do not want a physical anything in business. I want to do everything on the internet because it runs without me. You understand what I'm saying? People buy Rebellion while I'm asleep. You understand what I'm saying? My other businesses make money while I'm asleep. If you have a business, you have to be there. Then it's a job, right? Like a doctor or a dentist, they might have their own business and practice, but they have to make money. They have to be there. It's a job. Unless you know they hire other doctors and shit. You know, there's ways around that. And same thing with real estate. You get property management, but I just don't want to have a property management company to run your shit. I just don't want any physical shit in the physical world. I like to make all my money digital shit, man. Branding digital. Red Bull good or bad pre-workout? I think it's good for you. If it's good for you, it's good for you. Red Bull only has about 120 to 150 milligrams of caffeine. I think it has less. I think Red Bull has under 100 milligrams of caffeine. It's more placebo than anything. It's not even that much caffeine, actually. It doesn't have that much caffeine. So, but if that's enough for you, then roll with it, you know? Where can I find Rebellion till you start shipping internationally? Man, there's no place to get it internationally yet, but we will have it. It will be internationally soon. I hate my body. Yo, Brandon, hope you're okay. Please, can you help? What kind of cardio should I do? Only circuit cardio. If you're overweight, most important thing is to be in a caloric deficit, lose more body. Read my book, man. Like under this free programs, go to Simple Six Pack Solution. It's in this description. It's in the description. Click that link, download it. It's free, man. I'm gonna tell you. It tells you everything you need to know to lose weight. Honestly, like no bullshit. It's free. I don't want your money. I'm just trying to help. Over 20,000 people downloaded it, in less than a week. So that's pretty good. What can I replace wasting my time with video games with? Listen, I'm not hating on video games. Video games are fun as fuck, but most of you, unless you have a video game channel or you're a competitive gamer, then it's not helping you in your life. It's just recreation. And that's cool, man. I do shit for recreation too, right? Shit that doesn't really help me advance because you need that time to decompress, and that's cool. I can't do video games because I know myself. I know I would go overboard with it, you know, and I guess all I would do. What you can do is read, man. Reading helps. You can go out. You can go out outside, play basketball, play sports with your friends outside. It's summertime. I try to do that every once in a while. Something, you know, because that does help you because it builds camaraderie and it builds relationships, and relationships are like one of the foundations of human existence. You know, it's Maslow's hierarchy needs. I think it's number 3 on this hierarchy needs. You know, belonging. You know, you want to belong. So like, the more you can build camaraderie with real people in the real world, the better. When was the first time you saw you can actually make money in internet marketing? Yo, man, you can make money, man. Like, yo, I know people making millions. No fucking bullshit. Like, everyone can do it. It's like that kind of. Anyone can do it if they go hard. It's kind of like almost, you know, anyone can be a millionaire if they fucking study, go for it. You know, like you can make shit happen. It's like you can do with that. If I wasn't doing that, I'd do it with something else. You know, it's just like it's all about going for it, man. I used to think people just had talents. That's kind of bullshit. I mean, to a certain extent, there's some, but like it's really just about effort. The effort you put in and go for it. Stephen King is not just a good writer. He fucking writes 4 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week. And it's not just to, well, initially it wasn't to put out a book, right? It was just to hone the skill of writing, because it's a skill, and he's been doing that for decades, and that's why he's one of the best and one of the most successful. Skill acquisition is about putting in the hours, putting in the time, and studying. That's it, man. You read Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers. Talk about it's a great book called Talent is Overrated. But you know, that's what I have over here. Fuck, I don't know where it is. But yeah, man, like it's about skill acquisition is about going for it. You drink diet soda is bad for you. You know, like I've read things and heard things about you know, artificial sweeteners being bad for your health. You know, the science is tricky on that. You know, you can go either way. But I don't drink soda. The only time I ever drink soda is if it's got rum in it. Is it okay to overtrain once a week if you know you can't train the next week? I don't know. I don't know. It depends on you. It depends on what overtraining is for you. You know, that's not an answer I can call. That question is so. It's going to be so subjective. It's so tailored to the individual that it's going to be too hard for me to give a broad answer that will be applicable to everyone, or even just you, because I don't know what I'm dealing with. I don't know your range. I don't know what overtraining means to you. It's like too vague, too many variables for me to answer it. I apologize. I would say if you can't train next week, you can always train next week. If you're somewhere, just do body weight training. You know, you can always train. If you can't get to a gym, do body weight training. You know, and it might not be the best, but it's something, you know. What about locking your shoulders when doing pull-ups? I don't know. I never like my shoulders. It's like your elbows is what you want to focus on. Like, you don't want to lock your elbows, because when you lock your elbows, it's going to be more of a bicep. You're going to work your bicep more than you want to. So I come down like right before it locks, then come up. Unless you want to work your biceps more, then you do want to lock out. I don't even think I know what locking your elbows mean, and that doesn't mean it's not a thing. Maybe I'm just ignorant. I don't know everything. Tips on how to improve memory when reading. I take notes in the book sometimes. Sometimes I highlight, and then you can go back over your highlights. And all right, let me just show you something how I read the book. First, I go through the book a few times. So first I read the cover, the back, maybe some reviews on Amazon, get a feel for what this shit is about. Raw gear. Hold on, I'm about to Google your shit because I see what you're saying. You seem pretty adamant. But anyway, see, that's attention deficit. See, I got distracted that quick. So then I go through it and I read. I read the first and last paragraph of each chapter, right? Then I have that's the second time I go through it. So then I have a better idea of what the book's about. Then I go through it and read the first sentence of each paragraph in the whole book. Then I'm really like getting to understand it. Then I go through and read the whole book and take notes. And if I really want to go through it again, I just read the notes. You know, now, taking notes slows you down. But if you read something important, you might want to take a note. Then you look. So by the time I've been through the book that many times, 3 shallow times, I mean, it's increasingly deeper into the book. I do that to vet the book, actually. Because if it sounds like some bullshit at any level, then I toss it aside. That's the only time I don't read the book. But if it's almost like I'm trying to vet it. Like, all right, is this book worth giving my time to read the whole book? All right, because a lot of books aren't. So anyway, and then I also retain more knowledge because I kind of been through it more than once. All right, raw hands. I'm gonna check out these bare hand gloves. Let me see what we're talking about. Bare hand gloves. I'm googling it right now. Bare hand gloves, everyone. Bare hand gloves. Bare hand gloves. Yeah. This really doesn't look like it's my kind of thing, man. Cause I mean, I'm sure it works. I'm sure it's good. You know, okay. If shoes are for running, then bare hands are for strength training. As shoes make running effective by reducing shock on the outer, reduces friction and I mean, yeah, you know, if I was a kind of guy who wore gloves, then this would be a good option, be a viable option. I'm sure they're awesome, man, as far as gloves go. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they're awesome. I wish you luck, man. I appreciate. I like to see there's a good price too, $24. Hey, listen, look, check this out, guys. If you're the kind of guy who likes gloves, I want you to check these gloves out. Bare hand gloves. I'm not affiliated with this company, but the CEO said what up to me a second ago. So I think I just posted the link. I'm not sure. Yeah, man. If you like gloves, man, then that might be a good option for you. I'm not. It's not my thing. Like just gloves in general. It's the thing, like, cause everything's not for everybody, right? Kind of like I own a company. We have a pre-workout. This is not for everybody, right? This has 300 milligrams of caffeine. That's like 4 shots of espresso. Not everybody can handle that. It's not for everybody, right? So that's cool. It's cool. It's not for everybody because, I mean, you're an entrepreneur. You understand that everybody's not in your target market. Your target market, you only want to sell to people who want to buy from you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's not a product that I use, not because it's a good or bad product, just because it's not me. But I know a lot of you guys, this 260 people watching right now, some of you guys might like this shit. It won't let me post the link, guys. Bare hand gloves, bare hand gloves, bare hand gloves, bare hand gloves. Check it out. If you like gloves, hey, if you like gloves, bare hand gloves might be the gloves for you. And it said my comment won't let me put in a link, man. I'm sorry, though. Yo, was kidding. Oh, I didn't know you were the same guy. Hey, JS, I didn't know you were Kid Messick. Cause I didn't know you were the same guy from Instagram. What's up, homie? Any exercises to help me have sex with a tall woman? I'm a short guy and I want to be able to toss them around like a cat. You want to get the leg lifts? I mean deadlifts? Deadlifts, man, because that's like lifting things up the ground, like deadlifts. Deadlift. You want to get your deadlift game up. You want to get your overhead press game up. You want to get, big compound movements, You guys are obsessed with this vegan gains guy. He's doing something right. Listen, say what you want. Brother's doing something right because these guys are obsessed with it. I'm talking about it earlier, It's not, he does his thing, but, I have ADHD. How do I get more organized to stay focused on my goals? Please answer. What you want to do is, I suffer from the same affliction as well as dyslexia. So it's like a double whammy. And what you want to do is make plans, man. Like if you make plans with break down each step and then make deadlines for each step, then you're fucking golden, bro. Then you're golden. Then it's like all you have to do is follow the steps. You took the guesswork out. Then it's just execution. It's easy. What's gonna really fuck you up if you with attention deficit, or just even if you don't have attention deficit, even if attention deficit is not a real thing, because there's some controversy about that. If you don't have a plan, then you're just going to be doing random shit, and it's harder to stick to random shit than it is to stick to a plan. Sticking to a plan is easy. It's like if I'm trying to get from here from New York to Miami, right? I would follow a plan. I would either put it in a GPS or I would just like plan out my route, look at a map, plan out my route, you know. But now I have a plan. If you don't have a plan, then you're just like the guy who then I guess I just get in the car, start driving, and hope I end up in Miami. But that doesn't sound like a successful strategy. And that's what a lot of you guys do with your life. You just hop in the car and start driving down random roads, hoping you end up in Miami, and then wonder why you don't get to South Beach. But what you need to do is you need to plot the course out and then follow the course. At least put it in a GPS. Like if you want a six-pack, you gotta plot. The GPS is the simple six-pack solution in the description. Your GPS is right there. All you gotta do is follow the GPS. Fitness tips for fasting during Ramadan. If I were you guys, because you can't drink water, I would work out during my fasting thing. But that's just me, you know. I think I said that like about 30 to 40 times. But maybe you just joined us. That's cool. Is a strong handshake important? Nah, man. A lot of people think it is. A lot of people do little things where like sometimes you shake hand with a guy and he's like does like this to try to show that he's dominant. You know, he's dominant. I'm dominant. I'm the one in charge here. If a guy does that with me, I know that it's a tactic. And I'm just like, oh, fuck this guy, you know, forever. Like he's basically just on my shit list because he's trying to be dominant. But being dominant, but having a dominant personality, trying to be alpha all the time, is not trying to be superior all the time. It's not an effective way to persuade people, right? Because if you try to be, people get defensive. What you want to do, usually you want to present yourself as an equal or inferior, right? You know, like, hey man, I'm just here to help. You know, I'm just here to help. If somebody thinks you're here to help, then they're more likely to listen to you, right? Because they feel like you're doing things in their best interest. If they feel like you're equals and you're helping each other, then they feel like you're working in their best interest more. If you try to present yourself as dominant, then you automatically start putting people on the defensive. Just like when the dude shakes my hand like this and tries to give me like this when we're shaking hands, like, all right, now I'm already on defense. I'm actually ready to box, but I chill with that, you know. But he can't persuade me to do anything, right? He's lost all this power by trying to gain the power. You sell to people. If you work in sales, you sell to people by putting them up on a pedestal. That's how you sell. You don't. So anyway, when people overdo the handshake shit, it's almost a sign of weakness. Like you're just trying to, you got something to prove and you're trying, right? If you really had it like that, you wouldn't have to try hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. George agrees. What's the next book club video? I might make that shit today, because I kind of forgot about that series, and I apologize. But I'm probably gonna do. I got some good ones. I think I got 3 good ones. All right, it's gonna be good. Are hand grippers good to build muscle? No, but it might improve your grip strength. Grip strength. It might improve your 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 grip strength. Are hand grippers good to build muscle? No, but it might improve your grip strength. Brandon, do you want to become a millionaire? Depends on how you quantify that. And well, the answer is yes. And it depends on how you quantify it. Like, you mean a net worth millionaire or a cash flow millionaire, like making $1 million a year or having $1 million worth of shit, you know, like cars, house, home, shit like that. On the cash flow, man, $1 million a year. And I'm probably a lot closer than you guys think. You watch sports a little bit. Like I used to like basketball until the Bulls lost. That really affected me, man. Like that really affected me. Those of you following me on Twitter, you kind of saw me have like a mini breakdown during Game 5 of the Chicago Cleveland series. I definitely spazzed, and I haven't been able to watch sports since, man. I didn't watch any. I watched a little bit of the finals, but not much, you know. Do you ride bike? My bike was stolen, man. Recently, I left it outside in somewhere in Queens, and somebody fucking took that shit. I mean, it was locked up too, man. They just, hey, but it was bullshit. I bought it off Craigslist for like $50. It was pink and I spray painted it black. True story. Going to sleep, keep the videos up. Hey, thanks, man. BBC, I'm a 21-year-old virgin. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine, man. You know, do what you know. Listen, man. You don't have to rush into this shit. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. You know, you want to make sure somebody. You don't want to just do this. That's not the type of shit you want to do for just no reason. You know, that's dumb nigga shit. You know, young nigga shit. You know, you're fine, man. Who cares? You know, it's not something you need or want to rush into. I don't know if you're trolling or if you're for real, but either way, man, it's cool, man. Who gives a fuck? Is it better to combine calisthenics and weight training? I think so, right? Because if you look at gymnasts, professional gymnasts, they're the most ripped motherfuckers. Like in the Olympics, they're the most ripped motherfuckers in the whole Olympics. They're more ripped than the sprinters, everyone, right? And I think it's because when you do calisthenics or body weight training, you have to work a lot of the stabilizer muscles that don't get a lot of work that really just don't get work during with traditional weight training, right? Because you just have to, the stabilizer muscles don't get worked as much, right? So I think that's why it gives you that extra ripped look, because when your body fat is low, when you develop those little muscles in between the muscles that like help keep you stable, it's like you just look so much more ripped. I think that's a big reason why people like my physique, you know, why I've been able to do fitness modeling and shit like that, is because I train a little different than everyone. Everyone like, man, he's so cut. And it's like, I might not have more, or I might not have less body fat than the other person, but I think I developed those stabilized muscles to a higher degree, just like the gymnast had. Like, they're probably not more ripped than a sprinter whose job's doing HIIT cardio all day, but he just looked that way. How did you get into modeling? Asked JS, aka Kid Messick. Man, that was an accident. I just got scouted by an agency. And then I thought the dude was like just trying to, like, you know, I was like, man, this dude trying to get in my pants or what. And then the same day he said, hey, why don't you go to this Vibe magazine casting? I went to that casting the same day, booked it. Next thing you know, I'm in Vibe magazine. You know, I was like, oh shit, all right, this is real. Are you gonna have a meetup again? Yeah, I mean this Saturday. This Saturday we're having a boot camp. You watched my video from the last boot camp. It was mad people there. It was raining a little bit, but about 30 people still showed up. And it's gonna be raining again this time, man. So, but we're gonna do it rain or shine though. Have you read Maximize Your Learning? I have not read that. Maybe something I'll look up. How do you prevent gaining fat by bulking? You just don't bulk so long. Like, I do micro cuts and bulk, so like I never really bulk more than a few weeks, and then I cut for a few weeks and I bulk. I do it like that. Like, same thing, just smaller windows. So it's like that way you never really get too out of shape. And it might be slower than like traditional bulking and cutting in the body, but at least you don't look like shit half the year, you know. And that's important to me because I don't have an off season. Like a bodybuilder have an off season. I don't have that. I am 23 and I have had sex once. I'm very insecure about it. My skills in bed. Do you have any advice? Yeah, man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, if she likes you, she's gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? You let her know where you at. She'll bear with you, and maybe she'll teach you a thing or two. Man, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. As long as she knows, you know, she should know that from the onset. She knows what she's getting into. So we taper her expectations. Today marks the 1 year and 3 week anniversary of the Q&A. Thank you, BBC. Oh man, I didn't know that. Thank you, man. Thank you for giving me that data. Yeah, and having that said, I think we're gonna end it, man. I might try. I know I didn't get all the questions that got emailed to me, man. I apologize because I was kind of answering the live ones. Try to do better next time. Maybe I'll answer these in a blog post or something. These ones that got emailed to me. If you have my email, you have my email. If you've downloaded Ultimate Cuts, I mean not Ultimate Cuts. If you downloaded Simple Six Pack Solution, you have my email. So if you have questions, you can email there. I can't promise you that I'll get to them or even respond to your question or even read it, but I will try to do all those things. I really might not though. Like, I want to taper your expectations really low. You know, like, if it happens, you should be surprised. It's not something you should expect, but I'm going to try, you know, because the 20,000 people have downloaded, over 20,000 people have downloaded it. They all have my email. They can email it they want. There's no way I'm going to get to all those questions. It would be a full-time job. I'd have to hire staff. And I'm not going to do that, but I will try my best. Look here. We're doing a free boot camp in New York this weekend. I post the dates, and it's gonna be Central Park. I post the shit on my Instagram. You can find it. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Post the information there. It's gonna be at 10 o'clock from 10 to 11 Central Park. I posted the exact address. I think it's you know, right in the park. You'll see me on Central Park West, the street Central Park West between 28th and 23rd. If you go into Central Park from there, you'll see where we at. Fuck with that. Come through if you're in New York, man. We'll take some pictures. It's fun. I might be doing one in London next month. I don't know yet. Stay tuned. Also, Rebellion pre-workout. Love this shit. This is my baby. You know, this is the formula I came up with. See that formula? That non-proprietary blend? That's me, okay? I picked that shit. Then we came to the best flavor in the world, Papa Cherry. I mean, it's like, tastes delicious. In the real talk, tastes delicious. And it's a clean formula, clean energy. It's only $20. It's cheaper than all the other it's cheaper than all the. It's $19.99. I think it's the cheapest pre-workout on the market if you get it from Amazon. I don't think it's, or it's like it's right there, bottom. Like, other ones are costing more. They're not telling you what's in this proprietary blend. It don't taste as good. And if they're a proprietary blend, you can almost rest assured that the profile is not as good as this, right? Because if it was this good, it would be something that they would want to show off, right? We would be doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't show you what was in here, because it's a fucking good, it's a good blend. If you got a good blend, why wouldn't you show it off? Unless you don't have a good blend. I don't know. It's only $19. It's only gonna be $19 for a little while. It's on Amazon.com. Price is gonna go up. It's an introductory price because we just want people to hear it. It's gonna go up a little bit because we can't sustain selling it at that price. But get it now, man. If pre-workout is your thing, right? If it's not your thing, or if you're happy with the pre-workout you have, then fuck it. You know, it's not a hard sale. Do whatever you want. You know, it's all good. You don't need that shit. It's cool. You don't need it though. Someone said it tastes damn good. Fucking right. Thanks, man. Yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I love y'all. If you haven't already downloaded the Simple Six Stack Solution, it is free. Email me some questions. Maybe I'll put them in a blog post or do a video about them sometime. I don't know. Maybe I won't though, but I might try. I will try to try. Try Rebellion while the price is low. And come to the boot camp if you're in New York. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.